All right, folks, welcome to the course MP642, Evidence-Based Programs for Children and Adolescents. I'm Henry Carlson, here with Kendra Martin. Today's conversation is all about laying the groundwork for how evidence-based practices, especially for kids and teens, really get defined and, tested out before they're rolled into clinics or schools or wherever else.
Glad to be here, Henry. This topic is huge. And honestly, it's not always as straightforward as people think. When we say evidence-based, we're not just saying something sounds good. There are actually some real concrete criteria: efficacy, effectiveness, and efficiency. Those three make up the spine of what's now called the evidence-based movement in psychology.
Yeah, and seeing that in action for me, it was actually during a grad seminar. We were assigned to poke around the California Evidence-Based Clearinghouse, or, CEBC for short. I was surprised by how usable it was. You could actually filter by issue, age, setting, all that. I gotta admit, I had this aha moment because before that, it was all very abstract, like evidence-based sounds kind of boring on paper. But when you see these databases, it's like, okay, these are real interventions, categorized as promising or well-supported.
Yeah, for sure. And that's kind of foundational because next we're diving into how these criteria play out in real programs, like what actually gets called evidence-based for issues like depression and anxiety in kids. You ready for that? Oh, absolutely. And this is where things get really practical. I remember last school year, one of my daughter's friends was having a really tough time. School stress, some separation anxiety. Her parents came to me because of my role at Health and Human Services. We had to dig into what programs were actually feasible for the school to run and for the family to access. We landed on Coping Cat because it fit the resources and the kids' style, but even then, it felt like, man, even the best program isn't a magic fix unless it really matches the child and setting. That's one reason why, when people talk about just use evidence-based programs, I kind of want to shout, it depends.
I hear you. CEBC and the literature set the stage. But real life is quirky, right? Even a top-tier program, if there's not enough staff, or the family isn't on board, or kids don't feel like they fit in, it doesn't have the same impact. I mean, there's an art to matching interventions to individuals, and those guidebooks and clearinghouses, they give us the map, but the journey's still up to us, and the families, schools, and of course, the kids themselves.
That's it, and I think that's a good spot to wrap for today. In the coming weeks, we'll get into what happens when you try to bring these programs into real-world settings, what works, what doesn't, and what sometimes gets lost in translation.
Always a pleasure, Kendra. Take care.
Thanks, Henry. Have a good week.